Here's the thing. Lots of the style advice that I see out there it's so well intentioned and it's so well planned and crafted. And these women have so much time in their lives to devote to thinking about style. Not all of us have those lifestyles, you know, those lives where we have the time to think about how we want to dress ourselves. We don't have, you know, the endless budget to be spending on our wardrobe. So how do we ensure that we are meeting the practical requirements of our lifestyle while at the same time staying true to the core of our personal style, our personal way of expressing, and, you know, just the things that bring us joy to wear on a day-to-day basis? Let's dive into my top 5, let's call it the beginner's kit, items that you can add into your wardrobe that are going to add in both a stylish and a practical element. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. And you know what? All of these 5 items can be tailored to you and your aesthetic as well as to you and your lifestyle. So we're primarily going to be focusing on the practical aspect of these pieces, but look for the version of those pieces that speak to your heart, that speak to your color palette, that speak to your aesthetic, what have you. Let's go. I have a sick kiddo in the background. I'm so sorry if you can hear her coughing and singing. We're gonna roll with it. And number 1 is a versatile sweater. This sounds like the most boring thing and something that you've heard everybody talking about, but hear me out. Personally, I like a sweater that has a cuff, something like this one. So it's kind of cut a little bit closer to the body. And the reason why is because then if you're washing your dishes, you can just push them up out of the way. They're not going to be sliding down your arms. There's nothing worse than trickles of water trickling into your sleeve. Anything that's in a classic cut is going to be something that's more versatile because you can tuck it into high-waisted things. You can get those sleeves up and out of the way. You can wear an apron over it if you're cooking or if you're cleaning. And it's going to be something that it isn't going to catch on zippers. It isn't going to, you know, be flapping around and be something that you have to fidget with all day long. It's just going to be like almost like an invisible layer on top of your body so that you can get on with your day, but it still looks really polished and put together. You want to look at cashmere, you want to look at merino wool. If your skin isn't too sensitive to that, you want to look at cotton. The reason why I love something like merino or cashmere, even though they can be at a higher price point, you can thrift these things, you can source them secondhand. This one is from Everlane, but I sourced it secondhand. They last a long time, they tend to be better quality, and you can go longer between washes. Something like a cashmere or a merino, often you'll have to hand wash it, which can be a little bit intimidating. However, I feel that because you don't have to wash it as often as, say, a cotton long sleeve t-shirt that you would wear close to your body, I find that that tends to get stinky and get smelly and you have to wash it more frequently. But something like more of a natural fiber of merino or cashmere, it lasts longer between washes, so therefore it cuts down on your laundry. And also, while it's keeping you warm, they're also a little bit more breathable as well than something, say, like with nylon or acrylic or some sort of poly blend. Look for items which have a detail that you might enjoy, like you know, a contrasting neckline or maybe like a cable knit detail. As far as being stylish and practical, the struggle is so real, and I have done another video all about how to blend your aesthetic with the actual lifestyle that you have. So if you're interested in more of that, I'll link that in a card or like magically on the screen somewhere, and it'll also be down in the description bar below. Talking about bottoms, I'm going to talk about the invisible denim. So everybody knows how versatile denim is for almost every single person, every single lifestyle, but I'm going to talk about the invisible denim. So I'm not talking about statement jeans, you know, ripped hem jeans, you know, unless that's your daily look and your vibe. But an invisible jean is something that you can literally wear 5 days out of the week and people won't even notice you're wearing the same pair of pants because they kind of blend seamlessly with every single top and accessory that you pair with it. So for me, I prefer to use a silhouette that's more of a slim mom jean. And that's just something that I find works for me, works for my personal taste, my lifestyle. For you, it might be more of a straight cut, or you might prefer something more cropped or with a flare. But either way, make it something that you can rock every single day of the week. It's going to go with all of your tops, and it kind of becomes like your signature piece. So people sort of take in the whole outfit, but the jeans might not necessarily be the first thing that they look to. It's important here to really pay attention to the rise that you prefer, to get the waistband to hit you exactly where you want it to emphasize on your body, whether that's a low rise or a high rise. I'm not judging over here. For me personally, it's the higher the better. I love it. And something just to mention is that when someone looks at you in your whole outfit, typically they're just looking at your top half, or they might like the eyes kind of go to your face and they kind of take in the whole outfit and then back up again. So your jeans or your pants are generally not the focus of what people are seeing. It's more important to just get the top half right, and the bottom half can just be sort of no man's land, if you know what I mean. The second category that I really have to talk about here is the elasticated waistband. This could be a pair of trousers or a skirt, but you absolutely must have this in your arsenal, because an elasticated waistband is absolutely like key for comfort. So if you are moving about your day, if you're having a cleaning day, if you're running errands, if you're, PMS or bloating or that time of the month, an elasticated waistband is just going to move with you. It's going to be something that you don't notice throughout the day. It won't be as restrictive as jeans, but you can still find pieces within the elasticated waistband category that are, elevated. It might be a linen pair of trousers. It might be a silk skirt. You can find pieces that are beautifully crafted but still give you the ease, the comfort, the movement, and the practicality above all of an elastic waistband. If you don't have a piece like this in your wardrobe because you're worried about, it makes you feel like you're wearing sweatpants, it makes you feel like you're dressing yourself down too much, I urge you to consider this. And you can get pieces that are elasticated on the back but clean on the front. Please treat yourself with kindness. Give yourself that comfort. You can still look beautiful and look elevated even with an elasticated waistband. Talking about footwear. Okay, this could be a whole nother video in itself, because I feel like your shoes can make or break an outfit. To me, the two most versatile types of shoes that you can have are boots and ballet flats. Just thinking about boots for a second, you can give yourself a little bit of a heel. You can go with a flat boot. You can have something that's more like chunky and statement, or something that's more slender and ladylike. You really can tailor this here to your own, taste. But I think that no matter what outfit you're wearing, a boot is something that always looks phenomenal. It always looks dressed up. When you compare the comfort, say, of between a boot and a sneaker, you can often get the same comfort levels from a boot, but it just looks so much more elevated than wearing more of a sneaker or a running shoe. I'm wearing a pair of boots today which actually are like party in the front, business in the back, or whatever that saying is. They have laces, but they have a zip on the side, so you get the best of both worlds, where you look like, a little bit more dressed up with the lace up boots, but then you have the ease of getting in and out with the zip. You can often find boots that are rubber sole, which I highly recommend, because they're not going to slip and slide on you, as opposed to something that's a leather sole. Something that you can slip on and slip off, something like a Chelsea boot, that's really, really easy and practical to get on and off. Something that's waterproof, or else you can get one of those waterproofing sprays so that it can last you with whatever weather that you're going to be dealing with. And then obviously choosing your heel height, and whether you prefer it to be flat or have a small heel, choosing the heel height essentially that matches your lifestyle and that you feel like you can actually walk in. And then as far as ballet flats, I feel like I chose both of these here because it depends what season you're in. You can often be like reaching between these two different kind of shoes, because you never know if it's going to be a rainy day, a sunny day, and I feel like you kind of need to have these two options to go between. Having the ballet flat as your second option, there are so many options of ballet flats now. It doesn't have to have a bow on it, it doesn't have to have a toe cap on it, but those kind of things add in an extra level of preppiness, an extra level of classic or feminine, if that's what you want to bring into your style. And you know what? Adding on a toe cap onto a ballet flat, it's not going to make it any less comfortable. It's not going to make it any less practical, but it's going to look as if you spent more money on that shoe. So it's like a psychological thing almost, thinking about the kind of details that you want to add on to your footwear. It's my personal opinion that taupe and brown and even grey sometimes can be more versatile as a colour than something like black or white, because black and white are so extreme on the colour spectrum. They are the biggest contrast that you can go between black and white. However, something like a grey or a taupe, like I said before, they tend to go with white and with denim and with blue, you know, blue jeans, as easily as they go with something darker. So they kind of have more of that versatility. And then obviously, if you're more of a colourful personality, you would be surprised how versatile a bright red shoe is, for example, a bright green shoe, or some other kind of signature colour that you really love and really enjoy to wear. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about as well was the chameleon bag. So this is more of an accessory, obviously, but everybody needs some sort of bag to put all their stuff in, right? Keys, wallet, sunglasses, you know, nappies, heaven forbid, anything that you're bringing with you throughout your day. And a chameleon bag, to me, is something that, one, is large enough to fit all of your daily essentials, two, is not too large to the point where it's dominating your whole outfit, and it also is sort of inviting you to stuff more in there than you necessarily need to bring. Keep it to a manageable size so that you're not lugging around this like piece of luggage with you everywhere that you go throughout your day. Being a chameleon means that it needs to not read too girly, not read too grungy. It needs to be able to match any vibe or any outfit that you're feeling like wearing on any given day. It's easy to carry, you can be hands-free, the shape is kind of non-denominational, if you will. It's not sort of tying you to any one aesthetic. You want to think about the ease of getting in and out of the bag, you know, whether it's something with like a really fiddly clasp, or whether it's something that you can open one-handed, you know, while you're holding a baby in one hand, or while you're holding your groceries in one hand, and you can get in and out easily and quickly. But then it also has the security of, you know, nobody else is going to be able to get into it easily. Obviously, we're going to be thinking about color here as well. So like I said before, it might be the black bag, the brown bag, the taupe, or it might be more of a signature color. My sister has this beautiful lilac purple bag, and it just seems to go with every single outfit. It's not a color that anybody would typically think of as being the most versatile color, you know, somehow it seems to go with every single outfit. And that's because it is this standalone signature color. Looking for the right bag can honestly be like the holy grail. But if you're someone who's looking for that one bag to do it all, that's the holy grail, guys. That's the mission. We're all fighting the good fight together, and I hope that you can find the one. All right, that is my top 5 for the beginner's basic package. Hopefully this has been helpful in some way to you guys. Let me know if you'd like me to turn this into a series. I'd love to do another video along these lines in terms of like beyond the basics, or maybe just an accessories edit or something like that. If you like this kind of content, please feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you stick around, and you know, let's keep it real out there while we're pursuing our personal style.